Hello, what's happening, everybody? Hope you're having a beautiful and amazing day. So very happy to be here for show number 2529 here on Twitch. Gonna be kicking things off with the FTL100 run number 19 Zoltan C. We only have this and one other Type C vessel left before we round out the Type Bs and get into our random picks. Let's head on in and see where the game takes us. Somewhere fun, I'm sure. Before we get started here, though, gonna take some name suggestions from chat and get caught up with all your wonderful support. Grab my names list here, and we'll get all caught up. Hey there, user. What's up, Highstone, Cuts Invader? What's up, Mikazu, Captain Vlad Tepes, Okar, good to see you, Emil, Bratwurst, Trinan. What's up, Barble, NBM, Sable, Nedarchy. What's up, Noise, Schwarz. Good, Mikazu, Snug, Heavy, Pyro, Sienna, Athros 13, Joey Salads, Mr. Caliber. What's up, Nedarchy? Dindy, good to see you too. Hey there, Komosian. Scotsman, Baka Ona, and all the rest. I'll figure out some names for this very sleek vessel here. Gonna grab some names for crew, then I'll get caught up with all your sub support. Where did I leave off here? Okay, defamatory. Got breakfast Skittles. Skittles here. Walrix. And Unworldly. Yo, Xerox, thanks for 5 months. Zeto Negi, thanks for 27. Captain Vlad Tepes 15. Okar NBC 68. And the only Kyle, thanks for a half year before we begin here. Oh man, it's a tough one. Some great suggestions here. I'm gonna take Atomic Fig. I like that. And it fits. So Zoltan C is one of the most troubling Type C vessels because it's under an extreme power deficit. Got a lot to overcome in the early game, though it's got some tools. We'll see what happens. If you are new to FTL, it is the roguelike game of space exploration. Our goal is to work our way through 8 different sectors of randomly generated space on our way to a 3-phase enemy flagship fight. This square right here represents one sector map. Along our journey, we'll complete beacons to collect scrap, to upgrade our ship systems, subsystems, purchase weapons, etc. So this ship starts with Zoltan Shield, 5 shield of damage. It also has Beam Drone. So we only have Ion and Beam Drone for our main sources of damage. So it gets really tricky if the enemy ship can strip our Zoltan Shield quickly. If it cannot, then it's usually pretty simple. Yo, Stardog, you made it. Thanks so much for 36 months. Enjoy that continued lurk. Alright, let's go ahead and head up here. And then head down, I think. Hey, Nasquix, thanks for those 100 bits. Much appreciation. You know, up here is maybe not such a great idea. We're gonna go over and then down. And this way. Yeah, I want to take this one just in case there's something here. We don't really have anything to sell. But I'd like to know if a store's on that beacon. Okay, turn and fight. This is nasty. I'm going to load up the beam drone right away. I'm going to try to load my shield at the appropriate time here. We're going to wait for this to be almost firing. Should be able to get hit here. Yeah, okay. Piloting's down. Great. Alright, now that we're at 3 and this is about to fire, I'm going to load up my shield here. Nice. That's good. Okay, hold on. I should have auto-fired this chain. Okay, enemy FTL delayed, that's for sure. How much time do I have left on the battery? Enough. Fire suppression augmentation's worth a lot of money. Okay, I'm gonna drop, put real power into the shield here. Yo, thank you all for initiating a hype train there. Much appreciation. Nesquik, thanks for 100 bits. Frost, thanks for 16 months. Renzo dropping 102. Appreciate that. And Pyteron, thanks for 100 bits as well. If any of you choose to share your resub notifications, subscribe, use bits, or gift during this time, got a chance to some exclusive emote unlocks. But as always, thanks for the most important thing, just sharing this time and place. Alright, this ship can also be kind of nasty. We're going to begin by loading up the beam drone. So the trick here is the same as with the NG ship. You want to have the beam drone or combat drone as close to the end of its cycle as possible. Okay, and now I need to do this. Okay, this should be fine. Oh yeah, we good. Firebomb, now that is interesting. Solar flare imminent. We're gonna wait for this to go off, and then we're gonna swap our shielding. That's a little bit scary. Okay, you go here, and then we'll collapse on this as well. I'm gonna swap this out for real power. Yes, I am avoiding the piloting for a moment. That's fine. Okay, everything's fixed. I'm gonna put him back on piloting. O2 will be fixed here momentarily. And we'll be out before the solar flare goes off. Okay, I did not repair my O2 there. That's okay. We're going to repair our O2 after this fight. Oh yeah, fire suppression augmentation did have some value there, you're right. That's good. Looking keen here. Our O2 situation's okay. There we go. Dude, absolute legends here. Primoria, thanks for 9 months. Carrot, 102 as well. Almost back-to-back, 102 month subscriptions. Dakastera, thanks for 84 months. Appreciate that 7 years. Nesquix, 200 bits. And Pyteron, thanks for that 5 gift sub package. Very generous. Yeah, a store's looking pretty good right now. What also feels nice on this ship is just buying a power bar. Or 3. Basically, what I'd like to be able to do is use this firebomb to get some crew kills. There's certainly a possibility here in the early game, but not unless we have a little more power to work with. A toughie. We'll see. There's still some possibilities. Intervene and defend the outpost. This is great. Defending the outpost denotes there's going to be a double reward for this, which I'm happy about. So I'm going to have this roll over. Don't go right in front of that. Uh-oh, spaghettis. Should be fine. If that was any more in front, though, it would not have been okay. Okay, hitting weapons is good. Yeah, for the FTL100, no focus on win rate, though. We will know what our win-loss is at the end of it. Not trying to streak or anything like that. Streaking in FTL requires you to play in a very specific way. Okay, how many jumps do we have here? 4? So I can go 1. This would be 2, 3.5. Well, I don't actually need to get the other nebula here. Also, if we do it this way, we lose out a little bit. Maybe I want to hit these on the way to the exit. Okay, what if we go 1, 2, 3, 4? That puts the line right here. 5 puts the line here. 6 here. 6.5 here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a little bit much. Could go from here somewhere else. Let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exit. Let's do that. We're only going to get 2 out of these 3 nebulas, but I'm going to risk 3 more jumps before the store. This was going to allow us to buy something like an actual weapon if it's there, as well as just be helpful. Yo, Smug Sub, L Nub Nub, thanks for 96 months. Thank you. Yeah, we're using the Rebel Fleet Pursuit Indicator mod, Paragon Tricks. There's several variations of this. There's ones with numbers, partial numbers, or just rings like the one I'm using here. A lot of variations of that very nice mod. I really feel like I should probably buy a power bar here, but man. No, we're going to keep rolling it here. I'll offer assistance. Send the Zoltan crewmen to overcharge their systems. Upgraded oxygen by 1. Okay, well that's not going to pay off right now, but it's still a nice upgrade. That's an upgrade I was going to have to buy by the end of this run, so it feels good. Level 2 auction is pretty good as well. Man. An unidentified ship is badly damaged and still being assaulted by a space pirate. Victim is distress messages until the pirate cuts and offers to split the bounty if you sit tight. So this bounty is not bad, because it's offering 26 scrap value, which is more than a high scrap reward. But if we defeat the ship, is potential double reward. So we're going to be a hero and attack the pirate here. Okay, they're also going to board, which will leave them very low on crew. Or they're going to try to board, rather. Looks like a nice hit the beam drone's going to do here. That is good. Okay, we're going to go here. Lucky they missed there, because that's not going to take our whole shield down. That is not a more generous bribe, however. I disagree. Hell yeah, that miss is awesome. Cool, hit the missile launcher. Beautiful. Beautiful. Destroy the ship and salvage it. Alright, would have been slightly better scrap to take the reward, but that could have been another crew, or a weapon, or a drone. Yeah, good catch, Gritchnock, thanks. Any chance at crew we're going to take, because you're right. Swapping out the pilot here is just another way to get a power bar, which is exactly what you want. That was our first empty jump this sector. I'm not going to complain about that. Well, I mean, there's really likely to be another store over here, but hacking is a rather large deal. I don't think it's what we want here, though. Alright, I'm going to sell fire suppression. I'm going to buy 1 power bar. I mean, hacking is what we want, but we need other stuff first. Okay, no matter what I do, I need to buy a power bar here. So let's go ahead and just do that. Going to now take this jump and see if there's a store here. And if there is, then I'll delay spending. And if not, I'm probably just going to invest in the ship here. Well, early pre-igniter is worth if it pays off, though the odds of spending 120 scrap in Sector 1 and having it pay off are very low. Okay, 3 fuel, 2 missiles, 2 drone parts for reactor upgrade. We're taking this because this is a 30 scrap upgrade. Our first 3 power cost extra scrap, so even though we had to give up a pretty decent chunk of our resources, that is massively worth it. Hey, for Jeffrey, thank you so much for 15 months. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so we're going these 2, this jump, exit. I am also going to buy 2 shields right now, I think. God, that's a tough purchase. My thought on 2 shields is we can get some crew kills with the firebomb, potentially. Without 2 shields, it's almost impossible to do that. Saving for an actual weapon would actually be better. I don't know, maybe seeing this I should have bought hacking. Let's see what's in here. Okay, intruders on board and we're at half power. Cool. Yeah, we do have clone bay here, so it's not like too bad. I'm just going to run everybody to the weapons room and vent them. Should just be 3 crew here. That was weird. They took a long time to get into the room. All good. I think I'm gonna leave these crew injured. We should be able to heal up. There's two types of boarding of Benficans in FTL. One that gives scrap and one that doesn't. So, happy it was the one that does. All right. Okay, this border could be a problem if they get our shield down, which is definitely possible. So with the Manus Scout type, Firebomb could be good here. If only their weapon system wasn't great, I would be all about that. That looks like it's going to be an excellent hit, like on weapons. That is hands down the simplest way to deal with boarding events, is to just take them out. Alright, this is the first ship that looks like it's going to get through our shielding. Or not. Great job, drone. Okay, I'm going to spend the 50 scrap here. Okay, so we don't have power to power the shields exactly right now, but we do have options to get the double shield online. If we only need to have 2 shields and nothing else but our weapon online, we can do that right now, which is a good place to be. Mostly so we can maybe get a kill or 2 at this firebomb before we have to sell it. Explore the asteroid field. I probably deserve that damage, that's fair. Okay, not a store back here, and I'm not diving on this ship right now. No way. Oh, we're going to scrap the debris here. Losing a crew right now is super detrimental, so I'm just going to scrap the debris. As much as I'd love to get a crew there, it's only a 25% chance for crew. Okay, Uncharted Nebula, engine control. Gotta be engine controlled here for the triple store chance. Really kind of a spacious sector here. There's a lot of dead ends. We're gonna go here and then over. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Scotsman. Losing the power bar of the Zoltan right now is the problem with losing the crew. Not going from 4 to 3 crew. It's all about power on this ship. You got it. Another solar flare, okay. Okay, I do want this shield up for the solar flares. Let's just do this right now. Looks like it's going to be a shield hit. Whoops, maybe not. Also looks pretty good. Miss. That's our first miss on the ion. Okay, that's an Artemis missile. That's concerning. I was really hoping the missile was going to hit first there, and it did. Double NG borders. Whoa, dude. Absolute madmans. Alright, this is fine. Solar flare is handled. Even though our crew only has 70 health, NGs only do half combat damage, so we're okay there. We're okay. Do I want to take any more jumps before the store here? I kind of think I do. I'd like as much scrap as possible at the store. I think I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something like that. Maybe 1, 2, 3. Get back to your room. Yo, Breadbox, thank you so much for 8 awesome months. Glad you're continuing to enjoy. Well, I gotta say that hiring Kara here inside of the NG sector seems really valuable. The only crew I'd really buy here is an engineer. Dual purpose. One, we get an extra power bar right now by freeing up the piloting Zoltan, who's not providing power to the ship. And two, NGs are what you want in NG sectors, and they also provide the most blue options for events. So I think I'm going to hire a crew here. Very rare for me to hire crew, but I think it's the right choice. Let's get Kara a new name here, which is going to be Phoenix Fire. Yo, Revits319, thanks so much for 49 months. Appreciate that half century. Thank you. It is actually a discount on power right now. After we get this next power bar bought, however, our next power is going to be 20, so it's a temporary discount on power. Hey, Dwarf Toss, welcome to Dapper. Thanks for making it official with Prime, dude. Thank you. Alright, our engines are fully down, but this ship cannot damage us. So, now we get to have some fun. Gonna run down to sensors here real quick. We're gonna let them strip our shield. This is gonna be slam dunk, dude. Gonna let them strip our shield, board with one crew. We're gonna almost kill the crew that boards. Like, we're gonna get him to within an inch of his life here. There we go. But we're not gonna fully kill him. Just almost. The reason we almost kill here, but don't fully kill, is we want him very low health. They have a clone bay like we do. And what that tells me is that they're going to be unable to stop fires when the time comes. We also know that enemy ships always board twice, so the next crew to board is going to be the engineer. And the second the engineer boards here, I'm going to be firebombing the clone bay. Okay, that's going to go off. I also want to kill this guy. We can afford to drop weapons now, so let's do that. Going to use backup power here real quick and collapse. Just wanted to make sure the shields are going to stay powered. And they are. The Zoltan here simply does not have HP to defend that. Back to your systems now. And with the extra power bar I have left over, we're gonna run him down to sensors for now, just so we can see what's going on. Not looking great for them. Poof. Okay, we did not get an additional reward there. That's all right. Okay, I think I'm actually going to take the distress here. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll make a play back here. I want a little bit more scrap for this store. Back here, then I can power my O2. Enchiladito, the fire here got the crew kill. Every time you get a crew kill in FTL, there's a chance for additional rewards. You can get the normal reward, high fuel and scrap, drone part, weapon, or crew for getting a crew kill. There's a chance for other rewards that were past the normal reward. Anytime we can get a crew kill, we're going to try to. Okay, giant alien spider. Skittles is gone. Don't worry, we cloned him. He tried his best. Yeah, alright. The store is a dead end, so that lets us know we're not going to get that one. It's fine. Okay, NG crew, boom. NG already paying for itself, or starting to. Alright. I mean... Mind control is hyper effective with the firebomb. I'm really worried about our ship killing potential. I think it has to be chain laser here, which we can pick up without dropping the firebomb. I think firebomb still has some value. Chain laser is pretty low on the list of weapons I want to get, but is what it is. There's no way we have the power to be doing Zoltan teleporting at this juncture. Not a chance. A fun idea, albeit a bad one. Alright, just looking to upgrade weapons by the end of this sector, and then we're in not a great spot, but, you know, it's fine. Okay. Okay, we're going to aid the civilian ship here. They only have missile launcher. I'm going to drop O2 real quick and go look here, because firebomb's a possibility. No. Well, hold on. Really depends on if this is a 1 damage or a 2 damage missile. If it's a 1 damage missile, our Zoltan shield would cover us from most of the damage, if not all. I think medbay with an engineer just makes this too complicated, and this is a good spot to use a beam drone as well. So we're just going to do a standardized kill here. As tempting as firebomb is, it's probably not good here. Yeah, they had level 2 medbay as well. I'm feeling very good about what we just decided to do. Yeah, that going down immediately does let us know it was a Lato. Cool. These managed ships also have a very low amount of health, so crew kills are further complicated by that. Yo, welcome aboard, Mort. It's happening, man. You can be like the sensors dude. Gonna get you a new name here as well, Torpedo Bench. Yo, Papa, Biggie, welcome to the Dapper. Little hand to you, dude. Thanks for being a part of the channel and community since 2013. Glad you could make the live show today. Thank you. Anti-ship fire drone. Okay. Now we're cooking with mayonnaise. Really, Firebomb's still better for us right now, but the combination of charge and chain with the fire drone is not an insignificant find. Load this up real quick. What's cool about this, when we end up selling the Firebomb or running out of missiles, we can use this instead later game. This works better later game with the weapon system. This is still pretty adequate for right now. That is also to say there's a lot of places that fire drone will work here where Firebomb would not. Secure it. Anti-combat drone. I'm gonna go to the exit here, but I really just need to buy weapon power. There's not too much else to say here other than we need that. You know what? Having said that, I'm just going to do it right now. We have exactly the amount of scrap to pull that off. And now we have charge chain or chain fire or charge fire. No, I'm good. NG Homeworlds or Pirate Controlled? Man, that's actually really tough to choose. I think we're going to take NG Homeworlds here, though, since we have an engineer. With no engineer, Pirate Control can be very valuable. Oh, boy. Hopefully one of these offers fuel. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck here in kind of a pickle. Wow. Okay. I think selling 6 drone parts for 24 scrap here is pretty reasonable. 12 for 48, while a major pickup is putting us very low on parts. Having said that, though, we do have charge ion chain laser here, so we're in striking distance of not needing drones this sector. So maybe 12 for 48 can happen. It's a big choice right here. I'm going to sell 12 for 48. This is a risk, but on Zoltan C, that's exactly the type of risk you want to take. Oh no. Okay, we're out of fuel. We gotta wait here. The stress beacon on waiting. You know what? 15 scrap for 5 fuel is a great deal. That is the same price that fuel would cost at the store. Oh, okay, they stole from me. That's fine. You know what? We're not out of fuel. I should have known better on that slug. Too kind, too kind. The problem with fighting this ship, though, is that they immediately try to run away if you're out of fuel. So there is really no getting out of that event. What would have been worse is if nobody showed up and we couldn't get fuel. That would have been real bad. Okay, big missile launcher, heavy laser. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is go for weapons hit here and then swap to firebomb, or perhaps even swap to fire drone. This ship's a pretty good example of a place where fire drone is good. We'll absorb the first missile here too, so it's going to wait for our full charge here. Oh no, I goofed. That's okay. Okay. We're absorbing the first missile. Please hit. Thank you. Okay, it did come back online, but that's fine. Not really in time. Thank you for continuing to hit. Oh no. Oh no. I am worried right now. Stop missing. Stop missing. Oh, dude. Please hit. Thank you. Oh, choices, choices. Okay, I need this to be powered with real power. How much health does he have left? 10. He's going to die on the next hits. Let's think about it. Okay, since he just died, I'm going to load this up real quick. The Zoltan's going to go to repair here. Well, actually, let's go ahead and hit one more time, if we can. Hoping this lands. Miss. Okay, that's fine. Okay, double fire there is excellent. Zoltan's going to be out of repair range here very soon. Actually, it's going to kill the Zoltan outright. Oh, man, this is not great. I think it's going to be okay. I might eat another extra missile here, unfortunately. Maybe not. There's no repair coming. Yeah, perfect. Yo, what's up, Cadriel? Nice, got more crew here. Alright, this is Hobbs. Mr. Greater Than, thanks for 100 bits, dude. Appreciate your generosity. I do kind of need a store here. I'm gonna go here and then here. Hailed him? Hell yeah! Let's trade. I needed that fuel big time. Okay, I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exit to max this sector out. This is also a pretty rad fire drone ship. Yeah, unfortunately it was our last 3 missiles for this firebomb, but that lets us know we're going to sell the firebombs, so that's good. Guess I goofed that a little bit. It's fine. I'm going to chain laser here, because I don't want the Flak 2 firing. Oh, CRS, we've never really put down FTL. Did 100 runs last year, and probably about the same the year before that, and the year before that as well. I do sometimes not play FTL for months, but that's just because we have lots of games we enjoy playing. I'm gonna run him down here. So we can do this. Just need more fires here. Okay, heavy laser is back online, which is terrifying. I don't really want to chain laser. I guess since we have this mostly down, I can drop the chain for the shield. But stop hitting the same room, fire drone. What am I doing in my life right now? Dude, if they get this back online, it's pretty rude. Boarding drone? Really? Okay. That should stop them from getting weapons online now. Or not. Okay, shields are down, so I can just hammer this. Great. Oh, or not. Okay, good. Good. It almost went off. Wait for a double hit here. Okay, RO2 is pretty low here. Not too low, though. Looks to me like they are bamboozled. Man, that's pretty intense that they got all that back online. Okay, this should be fine now. Okay, that burned down, good. Man, if they get this repair, I'm in trouble. Okay, stop firing fire drone. Please burn that out before the ship dies. Thanks. Well, that certainly was an event. Okay, we can use our level 202 to stabilize this room. Yo, Anonymous, thanks so much for that gift to Rare Gambit. Appreciate that. little close for comfort indeed. Okay, to the store. I was gonna say hoping for a weapon here that's not chain laser, but it's gonna give us this. Gonna sell anti-drone here, and I'm gonna sell firebomb. I think we're purchasing ion blast here. So ion blast and charge ion can shred shields pretty good, so this at least gives us some outs. It's the only way forward from this store. Long-range scanner is also quite good. Gonna grab that. And our next bit of scrap has to go to getting this ion online. So with just charge ion, ion blast, beam drone, we can kill most ships. But I did sell off a chunk of my drones to do that. Now, if a ship can't damage us, we can also get an O2 kill now with charge ion, ion blast. So that's cool. Yeah, okay. These quest markers added to the next sector are going to be ships that are trying to run from us, but could be the NG Homeworld quest event. Secure it. Ion Intruder sells very well. Alright, this is no choice right now. I need to buy this. The reason I need to buy that is so that we have a way to kill ships that is not reliant on drone parts. Yo, Captain Tuga, thanks for 300 bits once again. Glad you're enjoying the FTL, man. Appreciate that. Engine controlled, love to see it. Alright. I'd really like to skip this store because I don't have anything to really transition into. I mean, I could end up selling these two for an actual weapon. Wouldn't be a bad idea. I think I need to hold out for another store, though. Yeah. That store's not it. Okay, they're gonna strip our shield pretty fast here. I'm thinking I use fire drone on this ship too. I don't want to, but I should not have powered that yet. Whoops. Please hit. Alright, I'm gonna chain here. How do I power this, actually? Let's see what happens with this chain hit here. Okay, we did hit with both, and our weapons went down. Yikes. Okay, we got fire going on in here. That's fine. I'm gonna collapse on this. And I'm going to use the power that just got dropped out to load up fire drones. I think this is our last chance for happy time success here. The engine guy needs to be in shields right now too, because when this power drops, we need that. Okay, weapons are back online, but as you can see, our power consumption is just jacked right now. Not really much to do here other than hope. It's fine. Okay, O2 is burned down, good. You go down here now, let's check it out. Okay, drones on fire is very good. I didn't see the peak there. I didn't see it. Oh no. Gotta do this. Okay, battery's back up now. Good. Good. Can we hit weapons here, please? Thanks. This drone has not done a very impressive job right now, and that's all right. Let's go repair the O2 before it's too late, huh? Oh, man. O2 is fine right now. Can't freaking believe this right now. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna drop this for this right now. How? How are they still firing right now? Okay, that's really bad. I guess I switched to beam drone here. Okay, we got him. Unfortunately, I used an extra drone part there. That was a really tough event. Maybe would have been better off just sticking with Charge Ion Blast Chain Laser, but I was not expecting the fire drone to perform that poorly. Also, very much feeling our power deficit right now. Let's buy a power bar. We did win, though. That's the important thing. Okay, let's go here. Also, if we manage to finish this quest chain, there is a... Nice. There is a full heal at the end of this quest chain. So if we find the correct event and we're able to complete here, that's great. That event could actually be completely erased by the NG Homeworld quest if we survive long enough. I'm going to clone Defamatory here. Clone you two. So I'm hoping that this is the correct marker. We're able to complete the ship, and then it gives us the quest beacon relatively quickly. The best case scenario. Each time you clone your crew, they lose 10% of their overall training, which is not that big of a downside in comparison to having them be low health. Okay, well. Hopefully this is it. Hopefully we're able to kill in time here. Okay, yes, they're trying to get away right away. That's what they do. Okay, this ship could actually be problematic with their weapons. This could definitely kill us. Nice. O2 hack's a little bit scary. Let's start by trying to hit piloting here. I need to get the chain laser rolling up as quickly as possible. Don't hit that. Oh, man. Jump imminence. Oh, we didn't die. I think if we hung in there, we would have. There was a way that ship could have been killed, but maybe should have loaded up beam drone there. Okay, let's go like this. Alright, there is a store right here. Good. Okay, heavy laser 1. That's interesting. Heavy laser 1 is a bit of an extension, but it would allow us to get a better first volley. I'm gonna sell beam drone here. Man, I kind of want to buy hacking as well. A little bit low on drone parts for that right now, though. Okay, we have to buy the heavy laser here, and then obviously we're going to repair. I'm going to buy the 5 fuel here as well. That was very costly, but we're not necessarily out of the game yet. We still got some good outs here. Going to head down this way and go into the quest. It's only Sector 4, so definitely a recoverable situation, though we're now behind. We would like to be on scrap. I've recovered much worse, I'll say that. Okay, I can get to 2 shields right now. I drop chain laser for heavy laser. And then roll him over here. I'm actually going to put all 4 Zoltans in the shield room. All 4 Zoltans in the shield room here means that the ship cannot damage us. No matter how heavy this chain ion gets, they're not going to get down below 2 shields. So I guess I should actually consider now if I want to use a fire drone here to get a crew kill, or if I just want to go for the heavy laser potential. I think this ship's complicated even with the fire drone, so there's a chance we would not get the kill. We'll try to hit O2 here. Okay, we got a breach in O2. That is interesting. Hey, Flyjack the One, thanks for 6 awesome months. Appreciate you keeping it dapper. Thanks, dude. Yeah, Zoltan's overcharge your system, so whatever the yellow bars are cannot be affected by ion damage. Exactly. Alright, nice reward. Hey, just want Prime stuff. Thanks for that 9 months. Appreciate you. Ignore the station. I need all my scrap right now. Alright, the ship has cloaking, burst laser 2, ion 2. The cloaking here is actually the problem. This ship is a good candidate to do the fire drone on. Didn't want to power that yet. Uh-oh. Okay. Just gotta hope for the best here. This is not the best. Good dodges. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and heavy laser the weapons to start. Yeah, that'll help a bit. I do have double engineers, so I'm not convinced fire drone is even right here. So if we got a breach going on right there, let's go ahead and battery up the fire drone. I think there is crew kill potential here. Okay, maybe not. Oh, there comes that. I should have waited there. I'm gonna go ahead and hammer weapons here. Please no preemptive GGs or Fs in chat. Thanks so much. Can't stand that. Ooh, I can't power my shield right now. Fine, not bad, not bad. What do we have going on next? Quests. This is what I'm worried about on the next event. Are we going to be able to kill them in time? Shield's getting hit's not awesome. How did that go down? Oh, we got ioned. Okay. Almost wondering if I should jump away from this ship. It really kind of feels like yes. Ugam88, thanks for 28 months, man. Appreciate you. I'm gonna give this one more try here. Okay, that's not bad. What I'm going to do here is actually, if the ions hit, I'm going to try to hit the cloaking with the heavy laser here. I think that is the best hope. Alright, I'm out of here. If I had missiles, I would. Alright, let's hope we can get this ship killed in time. And let's also hope it is the correct event. Alright, enemy FTL charging, cool. I feel like our build is a little bit better for killing this one, though. No system repair drone is available on their ship, which is nice. I was hoping that wasn't going to get hit like that. Oh well. Okay, we're going to go heavy laser here. I'm also going to do a gambit with one of our 2 drone parts here and load up the fire drone. I'm going to depower it before it gets hit. Because I really need this fire to be going off. Okay, good. We got a breach in there. That is excellent. Gonna go into engines so that they're further delayed. Beautiful. Demand information. Yes! Okay, we get a full repair and a very nice reward from this. Very nice. If we make it to that beacon, that really does help us recover a good portion of what's gone wrong here. Okay, we're going to attack the automated ship, get to the storage cache here. This ship does not have a very scary weapon system, thank goodness. If I hit weapons once here, we're safe. Okay. It's alright, we're still working on the ions here, all good. Nice. Alright, is he full up on weapons now? He is. Anti-bio beam. Okay, okay. That certainly is a thing. All right, see if we can make it out of this sector here. Okay, not cloaking. Good. Okay, they got 3 lasers. That is not the most terrifying thing I've seen on this run. Not even close. Okay, here we go. Trying to get away. Probably not, though, right? Probably not. 3 fuels, 6 missiles, 18 scrap. Sounds nice. I need more scrap than that, though, my man. Okay. Gonna let our O2 sort up here. And we're jumping. All right, now we're going to look for survivors. No, we're going to scrap the debris. I take it back. We got 7 crew. Civilian sector over Slughome Nebula. Absolutely. All right, this quest marker right here is a near full heal. It's a 15 hull repair. It is in a little bit of an awkward spot, but I think if I just swing down this way and then come back around, we should be able to make enough out of this sector. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, that certainly was a sector. This has been a crazy difficult run. Something you can expect on Zoltan C, but this one has been even a step above what I would consider normal. Nothing like a good challenging run at FTL, though. All right, I'm going to take a very short break here. Before we go any further, going to grab a very quick snack and some water. It's be about 5 minutes. Take the same break right around the same time every single broadcast. As a reminder, no ads played by me during the entire broadcast. Just do one set at the very end on top of our no frills format. Just thanks for your patience during this brief intermission, and do enjoy any kitties that may or may not appear. Be back in just a minute for some more fun. Alrighty, we have returned. Thanks for your patience during that brief intermission. Did have a little O2 accident there on break, but only miraculously lost one crew. That was pretty exciting. Just make an adjustment here. Honestly, I wouldn't have been sad to lose the run that way, but here we are. We're standing. Okay. So what crew did we lose? We lost the untrained weapon Zoltan, so if we were going to lose a single crew, that was one of the best ones. Alright, I'm going to buy 2 power bars right now. Yeah, the O2 had battery power before it went on break is what happened. I'm not sure how the Zoltan ended up in the clone bay, though. Oh well, here we are. I'm also going to buy this weapon power because being able to power the chain laser right now is probably going to be one of the only things that can save us at this moment. Let's find out if that's true or not. All right. Okay. Okay, shield just went totally down. That is rough. Might be it. Okay, we still got that online. Okay. I'm gonna swap these over to the weapons. We need that missile not to fire here. Also, what's on fire on this? We have batteries on fire here. Okay. I accept surrender. We're accepting surrender here because this allows us to jump away. While we're still not in a good spot, if I can get past this event, I get an almost full repair. Okay. Okay, sensors are also on fire, so let's open up this now and cut our O2. Already cut. I think we're actually surviving here. I need to manage well here. Just need some hits here. Okay, all the fire is off my ship now. Also, our shield is holding, so if I just auto-fire into shields and go in here, we should take their weapons down. Should note I also must survive the next event as well. All very reasonable, though. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Good news, we get to repair our ship after this. All right. If we defeat the next event ship, we get a massive repair as part of the quest reward. It's definitely a big if, but we've left ourselves a chance. Hey, Waka Dave, sorry for not seeing you earlier. Thank you so much for 4 months of Prime support. Okay. I think I'm just going to buy power right now. Just going to do it. Just going to buy it up. Cool. Engine upgrade may have been valuable there too, but no regrets. Got to give ourselves the best chance for this particular event. Okay, this is a reasonable ship to defeat. Oh, come on now. Good miss right there. Okay, missile launcher is down, so we're likely good now. Large missile is actually a good thing to see in this situation. It fires slowly and works well with our Zoltan shield. Okay, manage ships, transmit coordinates, boom. 20 hull point repair, titanium system casing, high scrap reward. We're alive. Okay, we do need to find a store. I'm replacing this charge ion with another weapon would be very nice. But for the moment, we've managed to semi-recover. Gonna buy a third engine here, and then we're saving for hopefully a store on this side. Two missiles for 3 drone parts, absolutely. Oh, I'm liking the way this looks. We'll manually search free weapon here. Okay, that's fine too. Okay, where are the intruders at? Right there. Gonna let them in. Gonna vent them. Let them in here. Gonna vent them. Okay. I gotta think that maybe taking this jump is a mistake. I think I'm actually going to take this, just because if there is a store up here, I definitely want to see it. I guess we do get both of them either way. We can still go 1, 2, 3, 4. Asteroid field with this setup is actually probably more helpful to us than the enemy. Yeah. Doing it. White Mage Gaming, I would say on a run that's been this difficult, you could probably pick apart any decision that is made with your scrap. Really just trying to do the best with what I have, which ain't much. It's going to be a breach missile, it feels like. Okay, shield hit, it's not good. Get the dream team in there. Well, we are going into a ship fight no matter what, so I'm not going to accept surrender here. Our weapons are also now down. Fine. Man, fire and shield's pretty brutal there. Okay, we're getting shields back. 37 scrap a do. Okay, that guy's done. That was where the asteroid needed not to hit. Gonna ask nicely again, please save Fs and GGs for the end of the run. Thank you. Okay, what do I want to buy now? I gotta take this jump to see if there's a store up here. Okay, this one's trying to get away. They got a pretty decent setup, in fact. Okay, let's start by loading up our power here. Wow, our shield's gonna be stripped, like, immediately here. We'll need to get a couple decent dodges. If we dodge one of the two missiles here, it's gonna be fine. If we don't, maybe not so much. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, we're good, we're good. $16 scrap a do. Alright, there's no store there. Yeah, I know most of you guys were doing F in the chat for the Zoltan, but I also find it a little annoying when people F every time something doesn't go perfectly in this game or any game. I just don't enjoy that. No worries. Just stating my preference, which is I'd prefer you don't do that. So if you want to F, GG, and RIP when the ship explodes, be my guest. I'm really torn on the path I should take here. I'm thinking I should maybe take a less efficient path through to give myself the best chance at a store. So this is 2 jumps, this is 3, so it's 1, 3. Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip one of these jumps to head up over here. And if I know I have 2 ship fights coming up, I'm going to buy 3 shields. I really want to save up my stuff here, but there's no way, dude. Alright, we're going to attack the ship, get to the station. This is double missile launcher right now. This is one of the ships I have a problem with. So we're going to hopefully get a decent dodge here, or they're going to have low-level cloak. That would be nice. Okay, that's stripped now. Hell yeah, titanium system plating just saved our system there. No choice here, gotta go for it. Okay. If nothing else, this should allow us to get away from this ship, if we need to. Looking like a pretty strong likelihood. Well... this is a storage cache event. I just don't feel that I can get everything down here, so we actually do need to jump away. Okay, cloaking missile launcher again. Man, I'm gonna ignore this ship. Very rare to be avoiding ships like that in FTL, but... oh man, my pathing's a bit borked here. Okay, we're gonna go through here and then head back. So it's 1.5. Yeah, that's fine. And maybe even get that ship on the way back. Okay, they're in the clone bay. Cool. How many? 3 in the clone bay. I'm gonna vent them into the weapons room here. Also gonna create a pocket of air back here. Oh, there's 4 of them, okay. Fine. Move him up here. All right, distress time. Holy guacamole, dude. All right, at least they don't have cloaking. Need a decent dodge here. That was definitely a decent dodge. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and Try to hit here again. I might load up fire drone here in a moment. Yeah, now we're gonna do it. Well, battery's gonna fall off here in a minute. Can I fire drone? No, I can't. Don't have the power for it. They had about 6 more hull. We could. Long-range scanner. What's up, Schultz? Let's get you a new name. The maybe short-lived. It's gonna be Numino. Hey, Mamil. Thanks for 15 months. Appreciate you keeping it dapper. Thank you. Yeah, I don't see how we turn down reactor upgrade here. Getting a scrap upgrade for non-scrap resource seems like exactly the type of thing we want to do. What's your specialty? O2, no thanks. I already got a free O2 to upgrade this run. Yo, Generate Gaming, thanks for 76 months. Z Blazer, thanks for that Prime sub. Mamil 15, Baka Ona, thanks for that gift. And GameCube 2, thanks for keeping it dapper. Thank you. All right, cloaking, heavy laser, mind control, missile launcher. Certainly is a thing. They only got 2 shields though, so this could be all right. What I need here is the missile launcher to go down. Okay, didn't quite happen. 4 damage. So we're gonna jump away before the next missile fires. Oh, interesting. That actually worked. Maybe we're fine here. Maybe not. Let's get Numino indoors here. All right, Amaroth. Let's attack the ship. Looks pretty chill, actually. Where's this ship been my entire run? What are they breaking down right now? O2? Walk over here. Bombay's down, okay. He's dead. Walk over here then. As rough as this run has been, I'd say pretty expected for Zoltan C. Is something like this is going to happen. Let's go fix doors now. I'm not going to take surrender there, no. It's a very fair statement, SSMP Tech, concisely said. There is always hope, however. I don't think I really want to take a fight in Ion Storm right now, but I think I have to. If we can replace this charge ion with a flak, I think that'd be one of the main recovery routes for us. Also, if we get to a store, we have 90 scrap worth of stuff to sell. So that's why I'm going to take this jump, because I need to know if there's a store down here. Really not enough sector to not take that either. Okay, they kept their weapons up. Can't absorb the first volley here. Okay, they also have defense too. It's interesting. What's the play here if defense 2 is still online? The fire drone stuff? Alright, I'm going to gamble here, and I might lose the run off this gamble, but I think it's correct. I need the shields to go down and stay down, and the only way I accomplish that is by firing multiple ions here. Oh man, they have anti-drone behind that? Yikes. Do here? Alright, now we're in running away mode. That anti-drone drone was very unpleasant there. Okay, we dodged it. No store. Interesting. I'm still going to take another ship fight here. We're really at the point where we're not going to skip any more ship fights. Yeah, 1 HP for the second time this run, in fact. What a time to be alive. Okay, cool. We still have our shield up. Where are they boarding at? Ooh, right into piloting. That is not good. Clone bay is also down. I gotta fix that. So pretty much if the missile fires here, that's it. Unless... Ooh, we missed it. Okay, we can't afford to have this go down either. It's not reasonable. Okay, is he gonna finish this repair? That's fine. He's going to finish the repair here. Before that happens, they're kicked out of the piloting as well. Here. I also need to defend this. In a very weird spot here that if our system dies, Like, even if they punch down a system here, we're done. Difficult spot to be in. Do this. O2's down. They shouldn't finish that. Okay, there we go. Okay, teleported back. Good. Alright, so we had 25% chance to die there on that missile. We won the roll. Yo, Thunderhawk, thanks so much for 7 months. Appreciate you keeping it dapper. Yeah, we could have died about 7 times there, but we found a way. Now we're going to head over this way. Okay, at 135 scrap. Is there anything I could buy here that'd be good? Let's go ahead and buy another engine. Seems good. Hey, Grayson LP, thanks for 14 months, man. Much appreciation. Oh, the truth is, Translate, these are my favorite runs of FTL. They are much worse things than losing in a video game, and I do enjoy a good challenge. Definitely a tense moment, but fun. I think this jump's actually better, so we're going to cut back through this one, and we can maybe get a store before the fights. Wow, no store still. Okay. 1 fuel, 1 hull, and a dream. Let's get to the station. We should be able to kill this one. Extremely fortunate ship layout, in fact. Ooh, that's not as fortunate. I think we're still gonna hang in here, though. Okay, great. We're now 100% safe here. Yo, Coda 1159.4. Thanks for 81 months. Ephemeral. Thanks for that excellent tier 3 sub at 96 months. Thank you, dude. Gonna wait for the possible 3rd hit here. I'll go in. Yeah, that's great. That's very good. 3 damage there means 2 ion hits will strip the shield completely. Good. Hermes missile? Okay, if we find a store, that puts us in a pretty good spot. No fuel. Maybe we should have jumped right on that case. It's going to put us right on the distress beacon here. Negotiate. Okay, they didn't want to negotiate. They're also trying to run away. However, this ship has a separated pilot and engine, so just by hitting shields here, we can stop them from running. Okay, I'm actually gonna fire into weapons first. Okay, I actually delayed it right there. Interesting. Didn't even need the shield hit. Beautiful. Okay, now that we've done that, if I hit O2 here... Oh, snap, he moved. Mind. He dead? Hold up, he's gotta be dead. Because the piloting's still online. Yeah, he's gotta be dead here. Now all we gotta do is wait, because there's only one slug in the engine room, which is not connected to the rest of the ship. Or in a nebula, so we can't man sensors. Tech, good suggestion, though. Really hoping for a store. Like, if I can get a decent store here, this ship could make it to the flagship fight. It could. I need to replace this charge ion with a real weapon very soon, though. Yo, Baka Ona, thank you for that gift. Really appreciate it. 6 fuel, 51 scrap. Awesome. I dare say I should skip this fight. I'm going to. I will repair 20 damage for 40 scrap. Awesome. And look what we have here, a store. Do I take the store now, or do I wait a moment? No, I have enough stuff to sell that taking the store now makes a lot of sense. We can take these 2 jumps and the exits. Oh, it's also reduced cost repairs, so very good. Alright, this is not exactly what I wanted, but I think buying cloaking here is an adequate stopgap for what we have going on. Let's sell anti-bio beam, sell Hermes, sell titanium system casing. Pike beam's interesting, but it doesn't work unless we get hacking. So probably not here. I think cloaking's a must. I certainly have other things I want to spend scrap on. Okay, I'm going to go for cloaking, and then I'm going to go for, do we have fully trained pilot and engine? We do. So I can get 100% dodge with cloak right now. Maybe I replace the charge ion with the pike beam, hoping to ion blast laser and then fire the pike That would work better on cloaking style ships, and if we end up getting hacking, that would kind of solve stuff. The problem is, versus a force shield ship, we're very unlikely to be able to do damage, where charge ion blast can work. Could also buy pike beam and remove the ion blast just to have charge ion, pike beam, chain laser, heavy laser. It's not good, but it's workable. I think workable is all I can ask for right now. I also think if we are going to defeat the flagship, we have to have some sort of weapon escalations. Let's buy this. And our next 90 scrap is almost certainly going into weapons. Right now, though, I don't think I can drop the charge ion. Scubas, because I don't have 190 scrap to upgrade. Okay, I think I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, dive. I don't see why not. Yeah, we're going to do a dive now to get these extra, 1 extra jump or 2 extra jumps. Oh, yeah. Examine the station. Clone Bay. Yo, what's up, Grizzoli the Slug? No Scubas, because we're over 300 scrap behind where we'd like to be on this run, so investing twice in weapons is not a possibility. Hey, I can just lead you out of the nebula. You can give me scrap-a-doo. Nice. Should be able to take down weapons here. I'm gonna cloak that. Well, I guess if we're gonna miss a bunch, I might as well do this. Nice. Nice. Yeah, cloaking takes our survivability way up. Doesn't really solve a lot of our problems, but it does solve a majority of the ships that can kill us outright, which is great. I mean, darn. Should probably do this. I think we need to keep this online, actually. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get, if that's the case, I'm going to buy 5 engines here, and no power bars at the moment. I could actually go up to 6 engines right now, and that would allow us to have a perfectly safe dive here. I'm not going to do that, though, because we have enough scrap to buy hacking right now, which would be one thing that could possibly win us the run, or give us a better chance to. Okay, here we go. A tough weapon setup. We can absorb the first volley pretty nicely here, though. The second volley would be good. It's good. The second volley, excuse me, will be when the ASB fires, so we can cloak their second iteration here. Okay, ASB missed. And we got away. Rock Homeworlds or Zoltan Control? Zoltan Control is a lot less likely to have 4 shields, so that's a thing. Also, I'd say Sector 7 rock ships almost always have cloaking. Zoltan's like cloaking too. I'm gonna do Zoltan Controlled here. Might be able to get some fire drone kills as well. Alright, store with hacking right now. That did happen. Man, is there consideration for Flak 2 here instead? Okay, one big problem with Flak 2, if we're thinking about the flagship fight, is that they cloak right as this charges up. So we have to wait for an entire cloaking phase in order to use the Flak 2. That's really tough. However, for defeating Sector 7 and Sector 8, I really like Flak 2 here. Flak 1 would have been preferable for sure. It's a big decision. We kind of need the drone for Phase 3 of the flagship fight. I was calculating that, Rage, like, we could sell the fire drone and the charge ion to do that. Is there a way to get both here, I guess is the big question. 25, 25 is 50. 65. 80. Okay, I can get hacking and Flak 2 right now. Certainly that's the choice, right? Still think our flagship fight's really grim, but that does give us a chance. I also have to really wonder if it's worth keeping chain laser if we're doing flak 2. Okay, let's assume no matter what, I'm buying hacking here. I'm just going to say that's fair. So let's start right there. I really want to keep the fire drone for phase 3. It's important to me. So if I sell chain laser charge ion, that puts us at 57. Yeah, we make it by selling long-range scanners here. One thing I should really consider for myself, too, though, is... well... right now, the question I'm asking myself is direct system damage more important than overall damage with the hack? Because Pike Beam has a higher upside of more damage per pass. And Chain Laser can hit more quickly on a single system. That's a good question if we can fight a ship and come back to the store. Thanks for asking that. We can, but we'd be giving up 2 jumps to do so, so I don't think that's going to happen. I like that idea. I'm kind of liking the chain laser for after the flak fires the first time. Because let's just say everything goes perfectly on a 4-shield ship fight. We hack piloting, we fire the flak out at shields. It hits for 3 damage with the flak, and we get 3 or 4 damage with the lasers. That's 7 damage. It's enough to strip 4 shields on the first volley. So then having chain laser, heavy laser as a follow-up seems nicer. Where if we're using the Pike Beam on a 4-shield ship, our first volley is always going to leave at least 1 shield online. Now, if the shields go fully down, having the fire drone firing randomly at a room could be a huge benefit to us. Though we are low on drone parts, so we'll see if that happens. Okay, I think I just talked myself out of using the Pike Beam. Though I like the overall damage of it, I don't think it sustains a fight as well as Chain Laser, Heavy Laser, Flak 2. So this with Flak 2 is going to be it. That's the system. I don't like it, but it's mine. Okay, how many jumps do we have this sector? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 at most. I'm going to gamble and not buy fuel here. I know we have 2 ship fights coming up. I'll buy 3. 3 fuel. Okay. Maybe not buying fuel was right there. Anyways, well, we got hacking, cloaking, and drones, and we've built a system that can defeat the flagship. We're still not looking good, but we are in position that we could possibly get a victory here. Okay. What more can I ask for on this run? Not much. Don't care about the ions. I'm going to save the backup battery for the last moment here. There it is. Oh, do I just go here? Yeah, there's a lot more overlap this way. Okay, we got a breach, so the next time we hit, we're going to disable the missiles. That's good. Don't hit my weapons. Thank you. Please hit. Okay, not quite. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I would like to see another store. Couple reasons for that, but let's go ahead and take some jumps before we head down this way and then head back up. Getting something very simple like another heavy laser right now could be run winning. We know this is a ship fight, though, so let's take that. Okay, not a cloaking ship. Great. Pretty nasty weapons, including a Vulcan. I am not going to risk not using a hacking part here. Alcarad Flak definitely does deal damage to the hull, but you see the targeting reticle is very big, so there's a chance for the projectiles to go outside the ship. Also, Flak produces phantom projectiles, so you'll see a lot more misses, because there's guaranteed to be more misses with Flak, though they're not actual projectiles coming out of the weapon. A little bit funky there, but Flak 2 is 7 projectiles that are spread out within the red targeting reticle. And then a bunch of phantom projectiles, which is why you see so many misses. Okay, FTL is charging. Or delayed, even. Yo, McQueeb, thank you so much for that year. Appreciate those 12 months. I'm gonna clone these crew. This run has been the perfect example of why you should not give up playing FTL. I still am very unsure if we're going to win or not on this run, but we have reached a point after getting down to 1 hull twice, having to skip 6 ship fights so far, that we're in a position that we could win the game. That's pretty exciting. Truly, the best thing about this game is exactly that. we do win this run, it'll be one for the history books for sure. I haven't had too many runs that have struggled this hard to actually recover to a state that can still possibly succeed. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'd like all the scrap I can see from this store. Yeah, it's a very tricky ship, Snack Trash. Rocket has major problems early game. One tip I can give you on that is that Hull Missile does double damage to systemless rooms. So if you are able to fire your Hull Missile to empty room, you can often save a missile or two. Talk them into letting us go. Does this option have any scrap attached to it? Also on Rocket, I sometimes sell off the missiles for an early crew teleporter. That's another out on that ship. I almost feel like the slug convinces them and they give us stuff. Blue option is fuel only. Okay, well, we're not going to submit to profiling. This is a really fortunate weapon setup for them. Well, for me, for them to have, rather. If the glaive or the chain goes down, we're safe. Okay, where are they going to hack? Piloting? That's tough. I'm going to attempt not to use a hacking part here because we're down to 7. If it's going to give us an opportunity to maybe not use one, that sounds cool. I remember on this run when I almost didn't buy this chain laser. We'd be so dead right now. $38 scrap a doodle. Choose your doom, huh? Come to a quiet part of Zoltan's space and encounter an ancient Zoltan wise man who has managed to harness the power of a spatial rift. Seems to have been driven completely mad by its power. Choose your doom, he demands. Definitely Manus. It's all Manus. I am going to use a hacking part here. I was thinking, well, if we disable the laser, it's not so bad, but a lot of ways for this to go wrong. If we miss our first volley, it can get bad. That's what I'm trying to get at. We're all good now. Welcome aboard! Alright, I'm going to drop this. I'm going to leave the room. I'm going to vent these guys. Also going to go for... I was going to say, if there's a breach in this room, it could do something good. Definitely potential for crew kill here. I wouldn't say it's likely, but it's possible. Manists really suck at putting out fires, so we may have just done it here. The longer the fire is in that room, the less O2 is available. Darn. Okay, they came back. It's fine. Come on in there. Okay, I'm hoping he does not put that out. We're good. True kill, get. Now my O2 is low here. That's fair. I think this engine room might actually be the way we get out of this. Lucky for me, they're not passing the baton off. They're leaving the room before another one enters, which makes the O2 repair not happen. No more boarding here either, because they've all done their thing. Okay, he's dead. Okay, let's see here. They have 4 shields. If I fire flak, that's a maximum total of 3 damage. I can see they have exactly level 1 medbay. So I want to fire flak plus 1 chain laser with hacking. So after this fires once, I'm turning the weapon off. Okay. What's up, wise man? When he sees you have emerged victorious, the Zoltan wise man enters a rage. Rifts threaten to tear space apart until, instead, the Zoltan explodes, sending a blast wave of scrap and salvage dragged here from distant worlds in your direction. That was a pretty sick double reward. We're at 250 scrap right now. Alright, I was going to head here now. I could take one more jump before the store, but at 250 scrap, I don't think there's anything I couldn't buy. Really hoping for a secondary, secondary heavy laser or something here. Please. Okay. No weapon escalation here. I'm fine with that. Combat drone is a little bit tempting. I think better than combat drone, though, is probably just to buy 4 shields and fix our power. Is potential for another store here as well. Definitely not against Combat 1. It does kind of make the timing a little bit better. I don't think this build affords level 3 hacking. I think what we're doing right now is banking on getting 1 repair station on the flagship fight. Selling fire drone for combat drone is what I'm considering right now. It's 25 scrap investment for something that can deal hull damage. So that could be the difference between finishing the fight in 2 volleys or 3 volleys. And 2 volleys would be very much preferred right now. One nice thing about the fire drone, though, is on Phase 3, the flagship fight, it does not miss. Beams can't miss, so their high evasion is kind of negated. I think I just need to invest in my ship right now. I mean, that's where we're at. And the off chance there is another store in this sector, which is a possibility, I am going to just buy 6 engines and a power bar. Just buy 1 power bar right now. Gonna take these 2 jumps, and if there's a store back here, great. If there's not, well, that's where we're at. Then we know. It's 4 shields time. Okay, they jammed our sensors. I don't care about that. I'm not going to use a hacking part here to get my sensors back online. Especially not when I got a sluggo. This could get spicy. Should be totally fine, though. I really like how they split up here. That was really nice of them. Oh, the door's still open. Okay. Dude, don't die. The yikes, 1 HP, man. I don't want to lose that dodge training. Asteroid field. Okay, glaive beam, flak, ion. This is not a jokey ship. I'm gonna go ahead and use my battery right away. I'd like to keep my Zoltan shield up for as long as possible here. Okay, good. Shouldn't be too bad. Don't hack my weapons, please. Gotta wait for this bar here to recharge. Okay, good. Ish. Yeah, that is perfectly fine. Should have cloaked there, but whatever. Not a massive amount of hull damage. Woo! If I would have just not fired that, we had the crew kill. Unexpected. Alright, there's only 1 chance left at the store here, so let's take this jump, and then if it's not there, we're spending. Yo, SE89, thank you so much for 24 months. Really appreciate that 2 years, partner. Thank you so much. Alright, 4 shields, 2 power bars. Can't frickin' believe we made 4 shields on this run. Okay, triple mantis in the clone bay. Well, that's a little tricky, huh? How am I going to manage this right here? We're going to manage this by sacrificing some crew. Okay, can't lose the clone bay here. Oh no. Okay, no, they're gonna leave the room as soon as our crew dies here, so they're not gonna punch this again. They are gonna be no longer interested in hitting our clone bay because there's no oxygen. We did it good there. We did it good. Hacking teleporter is a decent option there, sure. Really want to save my hack for, God bless, what a board here. Okay, let's revent this room. Okay, they'll want out now. After they want out, I'm gonna cut the O2 here. Okay, let's get in that room O2 again. Okay, we're good. Closing doors, level 202. Gonna repressurize the cabin. Right, Hobbs doesn't have any training, so I think Hobbs is a very good clone candidate here. Yeah, what a player. This run really has had it all. I will agree with that. If we win this run, I'd say it's easily in a top 5 most difficult runs I've done in 3,200 hours. Hell, even if we don't win, I think it's still in the top 5 recoveries I've ever had. Been a very special run of FTL. More fuel for 3 drone parts? Considering we're right at the exit, hell yeah. This lets us use fire drone more aggressively on the flagship fight. That last one definitely was a struggle, Rumi, but it would be nowhere close to top 5 or even top 10. All right, I got 150 scrap right now. Let's go ahead and round some things out. Let's get level 2 piloting. Let's get level 2 cloaking and hacking. I'm just protecting these systems with value points right now. I think protecting weapons could be a valuable purchase here too, though. 6 engines sounds great too. All right, before we go any further here, just going to stand up, stretch real quick, cool off, use the restroom, and think about the flagship fight for a moment. We'll be back in just a second to continue this fun. What a run. Alrighty, we have returned. So the big thing for us to remember on phase 1 of the flagship fight is that I'm not going to fire the Flak 2 the first time it comes online. I must wait until they cloak, which complicates things. It's just how it is. One thing I can do, though, is fire the chain laser if I wanted to. This is tough. The problem with Flak 2 on the flagship fight, phase 1 specifically, is that their cloaking happens right as Flak 2 gets charged. It's unavoidable. Our first volley should be pretty slamming, though. Well, let's just go and see what happens here. All right, this ship I can get down, I think. Really like to get a repair station to get full heal as well. Cloak that. Nice. Good. You had fully trained crew and 2 automated reloaders. You could fire the Flak in time. Good luck. Okay. Wow, they're dying. Gonna wait for Hacking to be back here. Guaranteed kill. Hopefully making this repair station. Right. Alright, repair still being available is very nice. Oh, they are getting to the base after this. Wow. That's fine. Still want the repair. So I'm going 1, 2, 3. There's going to be an anti-ship battery at this event, and I'm okay with that. I'm going to buy... God, I want to say value weapons here. Just having some non-temporary power to go in engines is also really desirable at this moment. I'm going to buy the 3 weapon power, because I know on phase 3 I'm going to want to have the fire drone online. And with 6 engines cloaking, we can get out before the ASP hits us. I guarantee it. Gonna go ahead and hack weapons here now that we have 16 parts. Don't really want to get boarded into like a dive into the flagship fight or something. One has cloaking and not a terribly easy setup. That works. Okay. Whoa, there's a store down here. We're never going to get to that store, but interesting. All right, now the million-dollar question. Do I take another ship fight before the flagship fight in order to try to get a little more scrap here? I guess if we really don't like the fight, I could still hack it and forget it. Definitely not 2 here, because that doesn't leave us a jump away. Okay, I'm going to take this jump. Combat 2. Combat 2 is not playing. Everybody trained here? I think so. Yeah, everybody's trained. Yeah, weapon value point's exactly what I'm going for here. Okay, shield hack right now is not cool. Okay, it's not a high-level hack, at least. What's best? I think slamming drones is best here. Okay, level 202 online. Defend this room. Cool, hacking went down as well. Level 1 hack I can hang with here. There's still the very small possibility of damage. It is minute. That's good. Good, drones are down now. All right. Let's go ahead and buy weapon value point here. All right, what is the order that I want to do this in? Seriously debating a shield hack here over weapon or piloting hack, so I think it's a bad idea. I think we just gotta hope for some fires or things in their shielding. So first time we fire, first time the flak is charged, we're not firing. They're going to cloak. We're going to fire as soon as they uncloak, and we're going to repeat that cycle. Hopefully killing them in 2 volleys, but 3 is a lot more likely. Now, if on the second volley the shields are fully down, we can chain laser, heavy laser into cloaking to speed things up. Ships definitely can flee in the final sector, yeah. Well, this is it. We got down to 1 hull twice here. We were behind probably 300 or 400 scraps, still are. We somehow managed to get a weapon system, 6 engines, and 4 shields here. These are literally the only weapons that were offered the entire run. That's a fact. We did have Pike at 1.2, but, I mean, let's see if we can pull this off. I would say we're above 50% chance at this moment. Gonna reserve this power again now that the hacking part's out. Great start right there. That's what I want to see. Hacking lands on shields. That's not ideal, but it's honestly not too bad. Do I cloak this or the missiles? See where this is coming in. Cloaking this. Fires. Yes! Okay, this is really good right now because we can possibly heavy laser the cloaking to disrupt this. O2 getting hit, whatever on that. Okay, we missed. This will work too, though. Please hit. Yes! Okay, that's good. Okay, that's really nice. I'm gonna go for the crew kill here. Yeah, there we go. Dude, that went like as good as it possibly could have. All the flak projectiles landed where they needed to. We killed off 3 crew. Okay. Okay. I think another power bar sounds amazing right now. Yeah, 1 more power bar is it. Okay, I'm gonna clone Namino. He has no crew training, and I want every advantage I can get right now. I'm hesitant how I want to set up my crew for Phase 3. I might actually move the slug to piloting for Phase 3, which is a weird play to lose evasion, but somebody's getting mind controlled on Phase 3 repeatedly. We gotta have a plan for that. Well, anyways, let's get past Phase 2 here before I get ahead of myself, huh? Okay, an important note here is that we want to fight the flagship at the base, Phase 3. So I'm going to jump here and maybe down to the store. No, that'd be too many jumps. Maybe not. Prepare to fight here. Okay, they do have beam drone and missile launcher. I'm not too keen on that. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to send a hacking part out at their piloting, and if our first volley disables the missile launcher, cool. If not, I'll just jump away from this fight. Our hacking's been hacked. The rehackening. Okay, it did not destroy our part, though. Okay, well, that's fine. This was also a breach missile. You can tell because it didn't fire by the time our Flak 2 did. Scary business. Well, no, let's slam this again. Take that drone out, too. Yeah, if we get really lucky, Dindy, and our Zoltan shield stays up for a while, that could definitely be an out on Phase 3. That'd be nice. Okay, 6126. Store is still available. What am I going to pick up at the store that would escalate here? Because if I do this, I have to go store, back, and over. I think this is worth it. Heavy laser 1's it. Oh. 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 I think both Halberd Beam and Flak 2 are both pretty desirable. I think a second Flak 2 is actually better than Halberd Beam right now. I think we sell Chain Laser, buy Flak 2. That's 15 projectiles. 15. The reason that's good is because it's almost guaranteed to kill all 4 shields on the first volley, and then Fire Drone becomes even more effective. Let's take a look at our other options here, though. Okay. Long-range scanners, of course. Flak 2, Halberd Beam, Heavy Laser versus 4 shields is a pretty good volley, but it's not near as destructive as this. Okay. Yeah, still leaves us 40 scrap as well, and our jump is not a dive. Wow. Halberd's just not as good, unfortunately, for this fight particularly. The problem with not even the problem, the reason the Halberd isn't as good in this composition is because it's relying on the Flak 2 in order to strip shields. So we're waiting on the Flak every time. So in order to fire the Halberd Beam, we have to wait for the Flak. So if we had 2 Flak 1's Heavy Laser, then Halberd Beam would feel better than Flak 2 to me. Okay, we're going to buy a repair here, and then I'm going to buy 2 doors. Okay, cool. Dude, are we actually going to pull this off right now? Is this happening? Okay. Okay, it already fired. Wow. Yeah, this run could definitely be sub 5K score. I don't disagree with that at all. Still a lot of stuff that can go wrong here. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, hacking getting landed in is not great, but could be worse. Okay, I know from previous experiences, if I cloak the very second that this missile's about to hit my ship, well, I went a little long there, that's fine. We can level 2 cloak and get underneath these missiles. And the drones. Okay. Drone phase avoided. Okay, let's swap these guys. Waiting for hacking's tempting, but I think I can end this right now. Not quite. Well, certainly the next volley is going to be over. Okay, here comes drone phase. Pretty fortunate. Look at that. Miss, 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 miss. The remissing. Okay, I'm going to cloak this final bit of drone. Okay, not bad. Not bad. All right, I'm going to swap out training here. I'm going to move Grizzoli to piloting. The reason I'm going to do this is I do not want to lose my piloting to mind control. So we're going to drop 5% overall evasion for that to make sure that our mind control target is not the pilot. I think losing all of our evasion is one of the main ways we could get bamboozled here. Okay, I'm also going to consider where do I want my crew standing if they're mind controlled. Okay, he's going to be a defender. I'm going to put him here. I'm going to put him here. Alright, at the very start of the fight here, I also want to have the fire drone activated. I guess I don't really care if that's with temporary power, so we'll activate backup battery right away. No, we'll start with regular power, and then on the first projectile of any kind, we're going to drop this for temporary power. Engines being mind controlled is fine. Weapons being mind controlled is probably the most problematic. Shields, I can deal with it. Doors is fine too. Anywho, since we left ourselves the base as a safe jump back, even if things go terribly wrong, we can reset here. Ooh, hit with all three, dang. Okay, Zoltan shield's holding for the moment. That was a good volley. Okay, that's perfect, actually. Cloaking. As soon as these pass over, I'm going to fire out the heavy laser. I actually want to reduce the duration on my cloak right now, so it's back up for the second one. Yeah, it's not great, but I can deal with this. It's good. Okay, we have double fire in what room? Battery room. Okay. Again, we have the option to jump away here, but it looks like on our next flak we got it, right? Yo! GG. What a run. Out of fuel twice, down to 1 hull twice, skipped 6 or 7 fights. Forgot to turn O2 on a break. I mean, that run had it all. GG. That definitely calls for some dapper time. Wow, man. Let's take our guesses at score here. I'm going to say low 5,000s. I would like to say it was a 4K run, but I think it felt worse than it was. Well, let me rephrase that. We got a lot of events, though many of those events that we won damaged us greatly, so it felt a little worse than I think it's going to be for score. Let's say like 5250. We did have 4 shields, 6 engines, we got to 7 weapons. Yeah, 5250 is my guess. Trying to think back on the run, anything I would have done differently? Purchase-wise, I don't think so. There was that one rebel ship that I got overconfident with a fire drone, which I should have used a beam drone instead. That probably cost us 10 or 12 hull. Past that, I don't think much could have been different, or should have been different. Always room for improvement. Largest room in the world. 5439 stats. So, how did this ship have the most beacons explored? I only dove once. I guess we had a pretty exceptional amount of nebulas inside of regular sectors. So, this is very surprising. This made up for the things. Basically, I skipped 6 ship fights in that. Oh, here we go. This was session records, session stats, ships defeated 35. That is super low. Super low. Scrap wasn't too bad considering only 35 ships, though. Being out of fuel probably does count as a beacon visit. Yeah, 35 ships with 111 beacons. That's a good way to look at it. Crazy one. Hey, Froz DMB, thank you so much for 544 bits, man. Appreciate that a lot. And Dirk Soul, thanks for that Prime sub. Thank you. All right, well, Zoltan C's done now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the list. There's only one ship remaining, and that is the NGC. The NGC is a much better vessel than Zoltan C. That doesn't mean we're guaranteed a victory with it, but it does start with hacking, dual lasers, and a beam drone. So, a much better start than the previous ship. Just like all NG ships, though, it does struggle from having only 3 weapon slots. That's how it is. Wiki man, thanks for 25 months. Appreciate that quarter century, dude. Yeah, starting out with hacking is very valuable. Though you are sharing hacking and drone resource, I think this ship starts with 25 drone parts. Well, alas, this next FTL run's not going to happen today. The next time we play FTL, we will likely round out our Type C ships. After that, we're going to have only Type Bs remaining. Difficult ships on Type B are NG-B, Stealth B, Slug B is pretty tough. Zoltan B is no cakewalk either. But the rest of the ships I really enjoy. I really like Rock B, Manus B, and Crystal B. So I'm excited to get into these Type B ships. It's got some of my favorites and some of the most challenging as well. Well, everybody, that is going to conclude our show number 2529. Sorry for being a little shorter than our average fare, but man, was this some jam-packed fun today. That was a really special run of FTL. I'm glowing after that one. I said it during the run, but that was easily top 5 recoveries in my FTL career. That was a real brain buster and a massive challenge that I'm glad we overcame, because Zoltan C is always a ship when I do a list of ships that I dread a little bit, because it's got such a complicated start, and as you see, it can produce runs like that. What an amazing experience. So glad you could all be here to share. I'll be back in at tomorrow around 1 p.m. Pacific to do it up again for day 13 out of 31 of our mid-year fragMas. Thanks for the great time and wonderful company today. Appreciate the conversation. No ads to end today's broadcast. Just thank you again for sharing this time and place for that really epic run. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Just thank you so much.